here we go, next chapter. Still have no choice of vehicle really, which is still strange to me, but it is what it is. No new challenge here, I believe. Complete, yes, okay. Wish it wasn't just words there, wish it was something a bit more easy to scan visually, but anyhow. I mean, yeah, I'm well aware that I extended the previous episode longer specifically to do that. Okay, what do we want now? Starting with 3 stars seems like a good idea, because it's a good way to just get some easy money to start with. I don't think I need very good stats for it, it's mostly just execution. I don't need it for freestyle, that's kind of boring. Let's just use the superior bike, basically. I must have forgotten that I improved the cornering on this one with an upgrade or something. That must be the case. Because otherwise it makes no sense. And usually you have one vehicle that has better handling, one vehicle that has better power, so... Anyhow. This kind of looks like the construction site back in Offroad Fury 3, but more boring. I guess you didn't really have any freestyles or in an arena properly, did you, back in that game? Do I have analog control today? I'm not sure if I do. I do not today. I don't know how this works. I just sometimes do, I sometimes don't. Yeah. Now let's just get our bearings first. Let's try to get used to controlling this way again. I need to remember, this whole time I keep trying to use L1 as a trick button. Which is one of the reasons I keep repeating everything so much. Oh, what? Is trying to also not... how many trick buttons do I have again? No, triangle is one of them. I couldn't get triangle to do anything a second ago for some reason. Also, camera stops. Every time I start the game, it zooms the camera in a whole bunch. Okay, I'm not clear on exactly what I did wrong there. I guess my ATV started sliding out under me a little bit. ATV, bike, you know what I mean. Actually, no, it actually is done the same way as it was back in the earlier games, now I think about it. So how many buttons do I have? Is it only the 2 now? For stunts? No. R1, okay, is it just R1 instead of L1 now for tricks? You'd think I would have had this figured out before, but... No, I don't think I was pressing... Okay, I think my controller just thought I was pressing something other than R1 for a second there. I only have the 2 buttons for stunts now. It's really odd if so, I feel like. But okay, at the very least I can be aware that these are the buttons to press to do stunts. So many of the stunts are so fast in this game. Okay. Now that we've gotten our bearings a little bit, I don't know what determines whether or not I can use my analog stick on a given day. To be perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. I think a stunt really just doesn't do much. I'd probably be better off just doing more stunts instead. Doing a multiplier, that'd be... The amount of points I get for that is a lot more. Both in the sense that it increases my multiplier and the flat number of points I get for doing it is a lot bigger. But why did that combo then? It's good to not even just get first place. Oh, yeah, that's a bit too steep. Not just get first place in this. Why did I wipe out? I guess I just... I don't really know. I didn't realize all the time is so much of a pain because it's really hard to turn while doing these in this game. Man! It doesn't feel consistent how long a combo lasts. Sometimes it feels really long, and other times I hit the ground and it's like immediately ends, it feels like. I'm not sure why that is. It's funny how you can still keep holding the stun once you actually hit the ground if you in the stunt late. I see there, I did not have a lot of time to get going again. Well, this is gonna... Yep. We're gonna need a few more tries of this. I do find the terrain here a little tough. Not being able to turn like you could back in Upper Fury 3 while doing flatland is such a pain. But also it just feels like you, somewhat inconsistently, but generally speaking, have a lot less time to, also what counts as a wheelie seems oddly generous sometimes, which I guess I have no complaints about. It comes down to it. I've kept that kind of going if I could have, but alright. Oh, that's not really the place to go. Wish I could spend a little bit of my time just on the flat outer ridges of this area. It's just like the very moment you leave the area, you get reset. I wish it was a bit something more like, you're not allowed to go into the crowd, but otherwise it's okay. Yeah, see, they kind of just ended immediately. I don't know if there's like a timer that runs out slowly, like you have so much amount of ground time allowed to you for a single whole combo, or what? What? See, why in the world did that combo end just now? So it's just I was doing a wheelie right before. Yeah, it feels like this is mostly a matter of how generous the game decides to be to me about holding a combo more than anything else. Like, how did I hold a combo that whole time just now? And it was mostly me trying to do a wheelie the entire time. You can't see what buttons I'm pressing, so you can't tell how hard I'm trying sometimes to do these stunts that I'm just not allowed to do. It is really hard to do flatland on this terrain, which is such a pain. Yeah, not being able to do bicycles anymore is very painful. Of course, it won't make any sense on a bike regardless. That's a four-wheel kind of thing, not a... What? Oh. Two-wheel kind of thing. I feel like landing on your front wheels is a lot less safe in this game than it was back then. Well, it's not the game, I don't think. I think it's the bike is a lot more prone to just falling over if you land on your front wheel. That's not your stunt. God, man, it is hard to get a wheelie to start going in this game. Like, you can't tell when I'm trying to do a wheelie, but basically, any time that I am on the ground here, I am pressing down to try to do a wheelie. And you can't really turn and do a wheelie at the same time either. It's kind of the nature of how this bike is. You can't steer if you're steering, if your wheel that does the steering is not on the ground. Slam. Well. Alright, a bit of a rough start today, but you gotta warm up some way or another. No-hander, it seems like you can practically land a no-hander without even... do you even wipe out if you land a no-hander without ending the stun? I'm not even sure at this point. Because otherwise it feels like it lasts a really long time. But if you take into account that you can apparently land it at least really early, if not literally just while you're doing the stun, it's an interesting quirk for the trick to have. See right there, I was holding down the whole time, but there wasn't really anything that could be done about the fact that you can't do a wheelie if you're not going forwards. Probably should have done a bigger stunt if I got that much air just then. I was kind of riding on getting less air than I did. I need to remember the endos are a thing too. In fact, it's really easy to do it really afterwards. You guys should take that into account. You guys should let's try to make that part of our repertoire. Oh, I need to start doing that really immediately. But are cases where it's really easy to chain it into a wheelie, which means that an Indo could be a way to just briefly get a hold of things. Because I can usually pull out an Indo more quickly than I can pull out any other similar stunt. Well, I got the points for it for some reason at least. I can't tell you. The bike does seem weirdly fragile in the sense that you just kind of fall whenever sometimes it feels like. Almost like there was something that was identifiably wrong with what I just did. Oh, boy. I don't... Okay, I feel like the bike's equivalent of landing while moving sideways in the ATV in this game is just landing on your front wheel at all. Like, I get it. If you land hard on your front wheel, you're gonna wipe out. And that's something that is kind of like coded into the game more than it is something that's actually the game's physics provides you naturally. Irrespective of that, I feel like there are times where you land really gently on your front wheel and the game just says, no, actually you should have wiped out here. So it just says that you do. Also, since I have an opportunity now, okay, if you are doing a no-hander as you land, like if you hold it the whole time, you will wipe out. Okay, you do actually have to let go of the no-hander sometime before you hit the ground. Just want to experiment with that since I'm throwing this run anyways. But you can let go like a very short amount of time, please. The lag on this menu, you have to wait for it to move to the next item before you press right again. But okay. What? Did he just hold the stunt for a long time, or what? That's what happened there. I can do those two stunts back to back on this jump normally just fine. And this time I have less of time, but... the problem was a different issue here. So here I can fairly quickly do an endo and then chain that back into a wheelie as I accelerate. I feel like a lot of that should have counted as a wheelie in my opinion. It just didn't. Tried to do any stunt there. This bike just cannot stay up. It's really odd. You land in fairly gentle ways and it just... or sometimes you're just on a slope that it doesn't like and you just fall right over. I really should be using endos more, I think. There are lots of cases where I think you could probably, what? Why do I wipe out? So many times I just wipe out for no reason I can ascertain on this thing. Or I haven't touched some ground that's slightly slanting. Like, okay, I guess I understand that you wiped out there, but I looked for you really just didn't. This thing is so unstable. Like, it's nominally got good cornering, except it just falls over anytime you try to navigate. It's a little strain anyways. Like, so often I try to do a little bit of flatland while doing, I don't know, anything on any terrain whatsoever, and it just says, how about... ah, man. It just says, how about we go a few different directions? Dude, what makes a combo end? I cannot tell. You figured it was just like enough to time on the ground without doing another stunt, but... come on, if I can leave the ground at that angle, I can hit the ground at that angle, please. At least it's gentle enough. Yeah, not that there weren't frustrations with, I know it's difficult doing... it felt difficult, sure, doing... wait, how did I lose my combo? It felt difficult doing freestyle and the harder freestyle events back in the first game, too. But in those games, it felt fair. It felt like I was messing up my combos and whatnot, and losing my combos in clear fashion. In this game, it feels like I lose my combo just because the game says that I do, or because I wipe out because the bike is just ridiculously prone to that. And it doesn't feel like my fault a lot of the time when things go south. But so often it's just the combo ends for reasons I cannot identify. I stopped a wheelie for the briefest moment there. Why did that end the combo? Oh boy. Just do any air stunt here for a second. Ah. There must be something that, well, I get the impression there's something that happens between, it's not just, hey, you've been on the ground for this long without doing any stunt. I think it's something more like the total amount of time that you spent on the ground without doing any stunts, or maybe without doing air stunts, maybe in the whole combo, something like that. I cannot tell. It's probably as long as I can get this combo going for. Okay. Good. There are some times where I spend so much time on the ground without losing my combo, I cannot tell why. Because it's so long, I don't understand how I'm able to do it without losing my combo. But then other times, somehow I'm able to get in the combo, cash in the points. And then sometimes it's just, I don't know, I am very confused. Alright, anyways, stunt bonus was, again, actually way bigger than anything else I got from this. That's just the nature of the event. Okay, cool. I feel like I'm kind of regretting doing freestyle on the bike. I mind stuff like racing on the bike less than I do the ATV. So I just locked in for a particular vehicle for like the entire career mode at this point. It's kind of weird. Maybe something brief comes after the pro tournament, but still. Anyways, we've got money to do whatever else now, I guess. We will perhaps consider making some upgrades to some of our vehicles. I don't know if we get to buy a new vehicle at some point again, maybe after we do this whole 5-continent set of tournaments? I don't know. But for the moment, it's just, I guess we'll spend massive amounts of money maybe to tune our vehicles in small ways. I'll have to think about it. Anyways, I want to use a more pleasant vehicle again for the next episode. We'll get back to, I don't know, Rallycross maybe.